Geek Week on The Rachel Maddow Show begins May 24th at 9 on MSNBC.
Senator Susan Collins says she isn't worried about Elena Kagan's lack of judicial experience. Senator Scott Brown says he isn't concerned that she once banned military recruiters as dean of Harvard Law. Neither of those Republicans has committed to voting for Solicitor General Kagan, but their comments don't sound like the start of a GOP filibuster either. For more, let's bring in Delaware Senator Ted Kaufman, a member of the Senate Judiciary. Thanks for joining us tonight, Senator.
Hey, Lawrence, thanks for having me.
Senator, it seems that no real problem on the right. In fact, Susan Collins said she doesn't think there's any reason to mount a filibuster here. This is a good show for you to address the qualms of progressives. There are a lot of progressives out there worried about Elena Kagan. They don't feel confident in her progressive credentials. What do you have to say to them?
Well, I just say look at her pedigree and look at where she is and look where she's worked. I mean, she worked in the Clinton administration. She worked for Senator Biden when we did the judicial nomination of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's now working in the Obama administration. I mean, she's been Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. She's very, very smart, a very hard thinker. I think there is, and you look at what she's done, and she's dean of the Harvard Law School. I mean, just look at her, where she's been, and I think you can know where she'd go.
And we have not had such a constitutional scholar as president before making this kind of selection. Do you think there's any way that some kind of stealth conservative could possibly have gotten past Barack Obama in his vetting process?
I think, look, I think when you go back to some of the others with Souter and the rest of it, we knew early on that Souter was not going to be a rock-ribbed Republican. You remember back then when Senator Biden was chairman of the Judiciary Committee, told us from New Hampshire, you can find out when there's going to be a big change. There's everything about Elena Kagan, and maybe someone can slip by some way, somehow, but it's not going to be Elena Kagan. We know Elena Kagan. She has so many personal relationships with people. This is not a stealth right-wing candidate. This is a candidate that I predict will be one of the great Supreme Court justices. She's got the mind, she's got the thought, and I think, and as you know, Lawrence, I've been saying for a while, it's okay to have a circuit court judges on the Supreme Court. That's fine, but 9 circuit court judges, I think it's we went a little bit overboard.
Senator Ted Kaufman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, thanks for joining us. Thanks for your insights on this.
Thank you, Lawrence. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Coming up, the president is slamming Republicans for driving our economy into the ditch.